It's Christmas party season. Don't be the person that's asked to just bring plates and napkins to the Christmas party. These dips are super simple to make and very delicious, so stay tuned. Hey my friends, welcome back to my channel. Are you that person that gets told to bring plates or ice or napkins to Christmas parties? Well, I hope that this video helps you become the one that brings the dips. Today, I'm giving you 3 different dip recipes that are so simple, require very few ingredients, and are absolutely delicious. It's also part of a collaboration that's a little bit different. The playlist is a month-long playlist. So every day of the business week, Monday through Friday, you are going to be getting one different video from YouTube creators that have been put together to provide you with some amazing dip recipes that will be perfect for Christmas parties. This collaboration is hosted by Angela over at The Inquisitive Farm Wife, and the fun part about this collab is it's hosted by Anderson Foods, and they have put together some amazing gift baskets full of dip packets and soups and all kinds of fun stuff. So on January 3rd at 6 p.m., Angela is going to be having a giveaway. So make sure that you check out her channel. I will have her channel as well as the playlist listed in the description box below. You're not gonna wanna miss it, and all you have to do is comment on every video that you watch. And I'll have some more information for you at the end of my video, but for now, let's go ahead and make some dips. This ground beef queso is one that my son came up with, and so since I'm cooking it, I just kind of do it the way I want to do it based on his recipe. But anyway, I'm using my Instant Pot crock pot so that I can saute my meat in there and not have to use more than one dish. But I'm going to chop up the ground beef and get it browned up a little bit. Before it starts getting too brown, I want to go ahead and add some taco seasoning, and I'm just going to add a little bit because I am going to add a little more later, but I just want to start getting this meat seasoned up some. And I will have a link to this crock pot listed in my description box as well. I used a pretty lean ground beef, so there wasn't much to drain, but now I'm going to add what would probably be the equivalent of a pack of taco seasoning. You can add some chopped onion here right now, but I have this dried minced onion that I'm going to add, and I'll probably add maybe a teaspoon or a tablespoon and get that stirred up real quick and let that cook for just a couple minutes. Now I'm going to add a can of hot Rotel, and if you don't want it too spicy, you don't have to add the hot. You can just add the original or mild. But even though this is hot, there's so much in here that once it's all done, it's really not too terribly hot. Now I'm going to add a 4-ounce can of diced jalapeno peppers, and I did not drain it. I've chopped up 1 block of cream cheese that I let sit out it doesn't have to be room temperature, but set it out for just a little bit. Then I'm gonna add a block of, I think it's a 16-ounce block of Velveeta cheese, and I cut it into little cubes just to help it melt better. And then finally, I have some pepper jack cheese that I need to use up, so I'm gonna go ahead and shred it and add that to the crock pot as well. Now that I've got all the cheese in there, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a stir. It's gonna be kind of hard to stir too well, but I just wanna kind of get that meat mixed in a little bit. But I'm gonna give it a stir, and then I'm gonna put the lid on it, and I'm just gonna cook it on low because all it needs to do is just melt a little bit. So I'm just gonna cook it on low for a couple hours, and then after maybe an hour, I went in and stirred it so that it could start combining better. And then after the 2 hours, I come in, and now this is it's not supposed to be like a traditional runny queso. It's more of a dip. It's more of a cheese dip. So I'm adding a little bit of milk because it's not quite time for us to eat, and I don't want it to be too thick. So I am adding the milk. You don't have to if it's time for you to eat, you know, but it is going to thicken up just a little bit more. And here it is all done, and it's ready to eat. We use Tostitos scoops with this just because it, you know, holds more, but this is very good. Jalapeno Popper Dip is one of my kids' favorite dips, and I double the recipe, which I'll have listed below, but I'm putting the cream cheese and mayonnaise in a stand mixer. You can mix this by hand, but it's just much easier to do in a stand mixer. But you also need to make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature, but you just put it in a stand mixer and you mix it together until it is completely smooth. Then you are going to just take that off the blade, and I just do this in the mixing bowl, but you're gonna add in, once it's creamed, you're gonna add in a large can of green chilies, which I think this is a 7-ounce can, but you wanna make sure to drain it, and you're gonna add that in, as well as a 4-ounce little can of jalapeno peppers, which are also drained. And again, this is for doubling the recipe. And then once you've got those peppers in there, you just mix it up until all those peppers are well blended into the cream cheese and mayonnaise mixture. And then in a pie dish or, you know, casserole dish, whatever, you're going to spray it. You're going to spray the casserole dish, and then you're going to just put the mixture in the dish. Now, the recipe does say to put Parmesan cheese on top, but I didn't have any, and you don't have to have it. It's just kind of a topper, but you can put it in the microwave for about 6 minutes and use your favorite chip to dip with. Definitely one of our favorite dips. This hot pizza dip is another one of those super easy dips to put together. It only requires the 4 ingredients: the Prego, some cream cheese, Italian seasoning, and it calls for Parmesan and mozzarella, but I just use this Italian style cheese and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But you want your cream cheese to be at room temperature. And I'll have the recipe linked in the description box, but it says to mix the cream cheese and Italian seasoning, but I don't do that. I just put it in the dish in a pie plate, and I spread it out evenly on the bottom. And then once it's all spread out evenly, I just sprinkle the Italian seasoning on top of the cream cheese. and then kind of go over it again with my spatula to kind of, mix that cream cheese in with that Italian seasoning so that it's not just sitting on top. And I mean, honestly, it works out fine, and it uses less dishes by doing it this way. But I sprinkle about a teaspoon of the Italian seasoning on top, and then here I am just mixing that, or just spreading the cream cheese and just getting that Italian seasoning down in the cream cheese. And then once I'm finished with that, I'm going to take my cheese blend and I'm going to sprinkle the cheese blend on top. I mean, you can put however much cheese you want, maybe about a cup, 3/4 of a cup on top, just enough to kind of cover that cream cheese. Then you're going to take whatever, either pizza sauce or spaghetti sauce you want to use. I happen to love this spaghetti sauce, so that's why I'm using it. It has a great flavor. And you're going to pour it on top of the cheese until you cover the cheese, and then you just use your spatula and spread it out evenly as well. Once that sauce is spread out evenly, then you're going to take some more of that cheese and sprinkle it on top, maybe about another half a cup to a cup. And now you can cook this, one of three ways. You can put it in a crock pot, you can bake it, or you can put it in the microwave. I happen to just put it in the microwave because it works out perfectly. And you cook it until the cheese is melted and bubbly. And this is what it looks like. And you can serve it with breadsticks, pita chips, tortilla chips. And I happen to have these breadsticks, which they're not as big as what I thought they were going to be. So they didn't scoop as well. So make sure if you're going to use breadsticks, you use some that are a little bit more substantial than this. But anyway, this is so easy and so delicious. Definitely a party pleaser. As I said earlier, Dipcember is a month-long collab hosted by the Inquisitive Farm Wife, and the videos are posted Monday through Friday. And here is a list of all of the collaborators that are taking part in this playlist. So make sure that you go visit all of their videos every day, and you're going to get a ton of dip ideas for those Christmas parties, New Year's Eve parties, New Year's Day parties, and you are just going to be super excited. Also, Anderson House is sponsoring the collaboration, and these are some of the prize packages that are going to be given away, as well as a couple of additional prizes donated by other participants in the playlist. So make sure to watch the videos, leave comments, subscribe, and then on January the 3rd at 6 p.m. there's going to be a giveaway. And if you want more recipe ideas, dip ideas, then make sure that you watch the box on the screen right now, and also subscribe if you have not. I would love to have you as part of my YouTube family, and I'll see you next time. Bye.